Good morning. Happy Monday morning. I hope you're well this morning. I've been kind of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning because I went to bed nice and early last night, woke up at 6:30 this morning, so it's kind of nice. It's the best, I would say it's the best way for me to get to Monday morning coffee because I've already had a bit of coffee and I've had my breakfast and I've done some exercises and had to meditate and totally into my day. So I wonder how your weekend was. I had a really good week. It's been really busy though. I mentioned in the last couple weeks that I've been trying to cultivate some new activities to try and create a life here in Austin since we arrived just at the start of the pandemic. And so, really our life was sort of confined to our little pandemic pod and the four walls of our house and the homes of our pod. And so it's been really nice to get out. I've been volunteering at an organic farm that donates all their, produce to folks to organizations that alleviate hunger and also foster leadership opportunities for youth. And I've been doing like a trapeze class. I've been taking a Spanish class. I've been doing all kinds of things. In fact, I've got like a fire ant bite on my finger. Funny story, it's like my 5th day at the farm and I've been wearing gloves every single day because that's just what I do. I wear gloves when I garden. You never know what's gonna be in there. You don't wanna get bitten on your hand. But none of the other volunteers are wearing gloves. And so finally, last Wednesday, I was like, you know what? I'll just ditch the gloves. I'm gonna take a cue from the people around me. I'll ditch the gloves. And the second leek I went to harvest had fire ants all over it and bit me all up my finger, and one of them is particularly swollen. Even though I've Scout's Honor. What's Scout's Honor? It's like, no, that's Star Trek. Okay, I don't know what Scout's Honor is, but I have not itched it because it's on my hand, and fire ant bites are the worst when you itch them. So I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna touch it, but it's still all swollen and horrible. So, my comments are not popping up for me, and I wonder if anybody is commenting. Would someone please say hello and let me know you're there? In fact, please do say hi when you show up because I can't really tell when you're here or if you're watching or who's watching, so I would love to know. Oh, there's David. Okay, yay, somebody is watching. So, what I really want to talk about, it's been on my mind a little bit this morning, is like habits and focus, because of course I've been rather unfocused the last couple of weeks as I've been trying to kind of, put together this sort of holistic life for myself that includes my work and my life's purpose, but also socializing and other hobbies, which for the last couple of years, I haven't been doing a whole lot of. I've pretty much single thing in my life has been to kind of support my work and my life's purpose, which is partly why I've been able to release so much music in the first four years of my career. But okay, it's time to seek at least a little more balance. My intent was for a little more balance, and I think I've kind of swung the other way. But isn't that how we humans work? I mean, usually we often kind of swing until we kind of find that great balance in the middle. So I'll probably swing a bit the other way and then find the right balance eventually. So yeah, and I've been swing dancing and let's see. Oh, interesting news. David and I discovered we had our brand new shed, which I showed you last week. Brand new shed. It was burglarized on Thursday night, which was kind of a bummer. All of our camping gear was stolen and we're not even really totally sure what all is gone, which is kind of tricky. Just like, we're gonna realize it's gone once we go to look for it. Maybe some tools are gone, but I've just been kind of trying to tell myself I hope whoever ended up with it just really needed it, because we're not using our camping gear, so maybe somebody really needed it much more than we did. But the tricky thing is that it kind of has made both David and I feel like a little less safe, and like how do we make sure our belongings are secure and what have you. It's just a little tricky. I'm wondering, it's a little fishy that only David is here. Usually by this point there's like 8 to 10 people, and there's somebody else. All right, it's just a slow morning. That's okay. I think I'm gonna play the piano a bit. Because I've been so scattered, I haven't been playing a lot, so I don't have anything new. this last week at least. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. I did actually finish a song in the last week. But it's kind of messy. I pseudo-finished Emerge, which I know is a favorite of a lot of folks, but I'm not sure I can reproduce that very well right now because it's still very fresh. So instead, I'm gonna do a little bit of improvising for you. And then I wanna hear about your habits, actually. I really, really wanna hear about your most powerfully positive habits. Because I've been trying to cultivate, I'm always trying to be a better human and a better version of myself, and I'm always trying to cultivate habits that will help foster that for myself. So I want to hear from you what your most powerful habits are, and I will share what my single most powerful habit is. How do people fit it all in, David? I don't know. I think a lot of times your most productive people actually don't do that many things. That they mostly do things that support their work. It seems to be the case anyways. It is the day after solstice. I wonder if that is affecting how many people are showing up this morning. That's okay. I'm still gonna do my thing, and then the video will be up for folks later. All right, so just as I was warming up right before I went live, I kind of had this little tune going in my head, and let's see if we can kind of develop it into something interesting as an improv. Let's see. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. I think I like that little hook, but I'm not so sure about what came out of that improvisation. But I think I'll keep the hook and do something with it when I'm in a different headspace. So interesting thing about improvisation is it just is what it is in the moment. People have different skills at improvisation, and I've never been a particularly technical improviser, probably partly because I didn't do much of it until I started composing and I started playing concerts, and I needed to be able to improvise. So I started started doing it then. And I had this theoretical kind of knowledge and background from my classical training, but that's not it's not kind of the whole picture of what you can do with improvising. Oh, yay. I'm so happy you like it, David. I wonder what's going on. I feel like there's something fishy going on that only David is here and commenting this is very unusual. I'm almost wondering if I should end it and restart it. I guess we'll find out after. We'll just have a nice 30 minutes, and then if other folks are not able to get in, then I will post it, and then you'll be able to watch it after the fact. So I want to talk about habits. I'm always, I'm like a little habit sponge, or I'm like just like, I don't know, I want to be the best version of myself I can be, and I never ever stop trying to be better. Hello, DJ. Yay. I love to see you. I'm glad you're here. Okay, that makes me feel better. It's just kind of a slow morning, and that's okay. Normally there's like 8 to 10 people here at this point, so that's the only reason I say that, but that's no worries. So I want to talk about habits. By far, I've noticed my single most effective habit, and yeah, there is just one single most effective habit for me, is exercise. For me, if I stop getting exercise, and I don't mean just going for a walk, but like aerobic exercise or like strengthening exercise, I really start struggling with my mental health and my energy and just my general like motivation to do things. And I feel much more myself when I'm exercising, which is fascinating to me, that there's something that you can do that is just so powerful. So for me, that's my one. And then there's a couple of others that are helpful and that I do like really cultivate as habits, but that is my single most powerful. Hello, Dave. Lovely to see you. It's okay. It's allowed to be late. And I post this video afterwards anyways, so you can come watch it anytime. I think I was more just going, usually, like on average, there's usually more folks here, and this is still a somewhat new app that I'm using. So I just wanted to make sure there wasn't something buggy going on. Let's see, Dave says, oh my gosh, here, oh crap, yay, good day in Nova Scotia, big news, no new COVID cases today, and I got my second vaccine. That is awesome news, yay, 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 yay. That's congratulations on your second vaccine, and congratulations on no new cases. Hopefully that means things will start to be maybe slowly reopening, and life will start feeling at least a little bit closer to a pre-pandemic normal. Of course, I'm not sure we're ever gonna get fully back to pre-pandemic normal, although Texas is trying because we're Texas. And so definitely, especially like there are certain types of venues when you go out, it's like, wow, there's nobody wearing masks. And it's definitely a little bit of, it's almost like a culture shock, even though we're still in the same culture. But I feel like our culture, our media culture is like changing as we come out of, lockdown and wearing masks and having, especially like, the polarization around masking and distancing and stuff like that. And we're starting to come out of that, and it's not so immediately obvious, say someone's politics aren't being worn on their face, but I probably shouldn't talk about politics here. Anyways, habits. I want to hear about your very, very, very best habits. Other habits that I cultivate, I meditate every day. And that's the intent, to meditate every day. Sometimes I slip, so I want to put that out there, like nobody's perfect, but it is my intent. I go for walks every day, at least 20-30 minutes. I love being outside, so being outside and getting fresh air and sunshine is really important to me, and also that movement. I mentioned exercise, and for me, like strengthening exercise and aerobic exercise is really important, but then also I get like tension headaches and things. I have postural issues when I'm not doing certain strengthening exercises. So I have like a set of exercises that I do every morning that are for strengthening like my upper back and my mid back to really keep my posture good, so that I'm not having tension headaches or migraines and things like that, because those things suck. One other thing I've noticed is when I am cooking regularly, I love cooking. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love, 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 love cooking. And when I'm cooking regularly, it feels really easy, even if I'm exhausted and I'm starving, like tired and hungry and I don't want to cook. Oh, but it only takes a minute and I've got so much produce. So I just cook. But I have noticed when I haven't been cooking a lot lately, and I'm in that state, I'll almost always order something, or pull something out of the freezer, or something out of the pantry. Like, it's really interesting how much resistance I feel to cooking a meal when I haven't been cooking. It's just, even as someone who loves cooking as much as I do. Ooh, Dave says, get up early and get your important work done in the morning. That is awesome. I'm actually working on my getting up early. I've been getting up at 6:30 or so lately, sometimes 7:30 on the weekends. And then in the next week or two, it's my goal to move myself to waking up at 6. So, because I have to wake up at 6 for the farm, for volunteering at the farm, because it's a morning shift, because it's super hot in the day here in Texas. And, it kind of like, if I'm not used to getting up at 6, it kind of really takes me out for the rest of the day. If then I have to get up at 6 and then go work in the heat in the farm. And I want to be able to have a functional day, and also kind of pour my energy into creating and like the things that I can do during the day, as opposed to going out at night and having drinks and things like that. Things that are, or watching TV at night, things that are generally existentially less important to me. Whereas like my creation and my work, that's why I'm here. That's my why, at least right now. Okay, sorry. I think I might be slightly over caffeinated. Am I even talking fast? Okay, because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just checking out the comments here. Because of that, I am going to play the piano instead. Maybe that'll slow me down a little bit. And again, I don't have anything prepared, so I'm gonna wing it. I'm gonna have another improv. It's gonna be an improvised day. And if you can't tell, it's my intent to spend a little more time on my work in the next week. So I should have some more new material to share. But right now, I'm gonna improvise. What a strange little lick my strange brain just came up with. I think I'm in a weird mood this morning. So this happens sometimes, and you see I'm actually turning red. The purpose of Monday morning coffee is to literally bring you into my home and my Monday morning and share with you how I am. And we now have, this is number 18, so we now have 17 weeks of me being mostly normal, and now my brain is apparently making up really slightly weird things, which is okay. In fact, there's a lot of space for slightly weird things, I think. And in fact, I think that could be really cute with like kind of like almost like a Danny Elfman-esque like cabaret circus kind of tongue-in-cheek. That could be really fun. If you've heard my song Skelly Waltz, this is meant to be like a silly Halloween waltz about skeletons. I was kind of envisioning that one Disney movie, one of the really, really early Disney animations where the skeletons are like crawling out of their graves and having a happy little dance around the graveyard on Halloween night, I think is kind of the story. It's a black and white. I'm digressing hugely, but I'm getting kind of a similar vibe anyways. So, okay, I have another couple of thoughts about like focus. That was another thing that I talked about in my little text of saying what I was going to talk about today, because these things have been on my mind. And I got I got my Monday morning email from Mark Manson this morning. If you're not a fan of his, or if you don't know him, he's kind of like a life coach-esque kind of writer, although he's very, he's kind of brash and cool, and he has very strong opinions. I like a lot of what he writes. And so he shared this morning that he's co-writing a biography for Will Smith, and that's releasing in a couple of months. And he mentioned like what kind of hanging out with Will Smith was like, and kind of the weird psychological effect of being around celebrities. But then he also shared something that Will had said, and I'm going to paraphrase it because Weird Brain this morning is not going to remember it word for word. But I want to share it with you anyways, because it's really kind of resonating with me. Apparently Will said something along the lines of, I'm only world class at a couple of things. And so I am doing the world a disservice for every hour I spend not doing those things, trying to do something else. And that really like stuck with me, because lately, as I said before, I've been trying to cultivate all these different habits and all these different things, and I've probably gone slightly overboard. In fact, if you saw my schedule right now, you'd probably be like, okay, really? You're gonna do all that in 1 week? And I think it really hit me really in a beautiful spot and a beautiful time, because I haven't been spending as much time at the piano, and this is why I'm here. I'm here to write this music. I'm here to be here with you and share my music with you, and that's why I exist. That's my purpose for being. And it's really easy in the busyness and excitement of everyday life to forget that, especially a personality like mine, which, if you can't tell, I'm very excitable and enthusiastic, and I love so many things. I enjoy doing almost everything. Like if you tell me, oh, what would you think about taking a class in X? I mean, like there's probably an 80% chance that I'd be like, cool, that sounds so awesome. You know, that's just me and my personality. It'd almost be easier if I was one of those people that's like, no, that doesn't sound that cool, but unfortunately, I think everything is cool. So I can get easily distracted from my purpose. And Will Smith went on in this quote to talk about, and this one I'm remembering less word for word, but basically talk about how he feels like he also does the world a service by hiring professionals in marketing, in writing, in networking, and all these different things who are world-class at what they do, because it enables them to give that gift to the world, to be world-class at what they're doing. And I thought that was really cool too, because I have been thinking about hiring someone to help me with like promoting and marketing. I don't need any help with this, but what I'm finding is challenging in this, especially the way the music industry is right now and how much music is out there, is getting my music actually heard by people, not music industry people, but just humans, you know? Like I think most people don't know I exist. And I think there are a lot of people out there who would really connect with my music, and getting my music to those ears is really challenging. And there are people out there who are excellent at that, or who would be, if they learned how to do it, would be excellent at it. So anyways, if you have any interest, send me a message. Now, we're gonna do another improv, because that's where I'm at this morning. And I might stick with C major this time. I have not been thinking in terms of keys as I've been starting, and I feel like that's been showing. So let's try, not C major. C major's a little boring. Let's do E flat minor. And maybe something a little lower, because we can start up here the last couple of times. No, I need major. How about E flat major? Okay, it was kind of like my brain sort of caught up. Caught up with the morning. I think I've been a little hectic brained this morning. I've been saying I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but I'm also thinking about like a trillion things. Yeah, because it's been a hectic week, and I think I need to cut down on the hectic in order to have a little bit more balance. So this has been a slightly strange Monday morning coffee. I hope you enjoyed it anyways, and I'm really glad that you joined me today. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy playing for you and chatting with you and sharing my randomness with you. If you would like something slightly less random, I'm on, I'm on all the streaming services, so I could continue spending the morning with you if you'd like, or all of the Monday morning coffees are available between YouTube Live and Facebook Live. If you want to go back and watch some of those and watch maybe a slightly more put together one, you can do that, or just go have a listen to me on some streaming services and let my piano music speak for itself. So I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you are having a good Monday morning. And even if you are not, I would encourage you to please take a moment for yourself today to just do something that really brings you full-throated joy, just something that makes you unequivocally happy, even for 2 minutes. It's worth the time, and you are worth it. On that note, have a wonderful week. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you next week.